Hey everyone, this is Austin-Sensei, and welcome to a video I didn't really think I would get told to make. And I went on Twitter, hey guys, do you want me to make the Rise of the Shield Hero, review, or first impressions? And you guys are like, you better, or you're gonna get it. You won't get screwed as hard as the main character. I'm joking. I'm joking, of course, but let's kick things off with the review. I'm gonna first kind of talk about the animation. We really can't go off of soundtrack wise because it's still the first episode. Then I will talk a little bit about the story, then a little bit about the manga and light novel kind of mixed into it. So let's go to that. Now this animation, I have to say, is just fantastic, and it could have been really, really bad. And it's just having this 45-minute episode, which it was an early preview on Crunchyroll. I'm not sponsored by Crunchyroll, don't worry. I'll be unbiased with that. But they have an early preview on their actual streaming services for the people that have the premium. And if you don't, I'm thinking it may actually come out on the 9th. I think that's when the dub is coming out too, since they wanted to do the same day dub. And it seems that with the dub, they were planning to have all 3 episodes ready to go, which is normal for the actual anime industry. If you've ever actually watched, I forgot the name of that anime, but a fantastic anime that talks a little bit about the background of how anime, goes through the process and everything. But it seems that's how they're gonna do it. I do really feel it's gonna be a bit rushed still, but that's just my opinion. But anyways, going back to the animation, so honestly, I'm going to go from the light novel or the manga. We'll go with the manga, which I think is currently 51 chapters. If you want to check that out, I don't think it's all translated to the point that you can go buy it, but, I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything illegal. So, there we go. I have to make that disclaimer because, YouTube will bend me over. Yeah, not very comfortable when they do that. But anyways, so from the manga to the translation to the anime, I think it is fantastic. There are some scenes that aren't as, direct, but that's because you can't make you can't do certain things, just being honest. But the animation with him, fighting, it is smooth. I like it. Yes, it is still a preview. That's kind of why I'm a little lenient with certain things, because usually with previews, they are really bad. And I mean, when I heard preview, I'm thinking, oh, are we going to just have no color or something? Because that's how it goes. But, honestly, the color scheme of the entire anime is just really beautiful. And this is going to be interesting because we do have the time I was reincarnated as a slime. And they're going to compete against each other, but I'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end. But anyways, going to the story. I love the story. I've actually read the manga because my old father is like, son, you gotta watch, you gotta read that. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna read that. And there's certain things that may have been changed, but they're changed for the better, to say the least. So nothing Tokyo Ghoul bad or Overlord, but I would put this actually in that time I was reincarnated as a slime kind of liberties that actually improve the quality of the anime. That's where I would put it, but nonetheless, still, I love the story. So, a little quick review on it. So we see that Nofumi is actually he makes fun of this shield hero when he picks up this book about the heroes, and funny enough, this man gets transported to a world where he has a shield on his wrist. And it's just the one thing I want to say about the story, one big thing is, I've seen Captain America fight with the shield, but it's a manga, it's not mine, so what am I here to consider what's normal? But anyways, going through it, he gets teleported, and he's with the other 4 heroes, which their names I really don't remember because I don't like them. I never did, and I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it's still not going to change with the down the line. But anyways, so we kind of see the king talk to the other 3 heroes and kind of basically flat out ignore Nofumi, and it's all because he has this shield, and the shield is seen as useless. And, you know, as a person that plays, like, Terra, or any, like, Neverwinter, other MMORPGs, you need a shield person. You really do when you're fighting those big bosses or raid bosses, because they are really crucial, and it's kind of funny that it is kind of like how, you know, you would play an MMORPG. Oh, your shield's useless. You're not doing anything. When you go and try to do it without a shield person, whew. Oh, I mean, look at Destiny 1, the first raid. You kind of needed a shield to take out the raid boss, didn't you? But, all joking aside with that, it was kind of funny because the other heroes started calling him useless after, and they had the people that would go and, you know, pick who they want to be with, and then poor Nufumi. Nufumi's like, yeah, I'm gonna have all the people. Nobody, no one likes you. Sadly, no one does. So we see, if I'm not mistaken, it is Malty that goes with him, and being a person that is from the reading the manga, I'm like, I'm gonna throw hands with her. I'm gonna throw hands, but no. It's just, I love how close it was to the manga, to say the least. It got me fired up, and yeah. But going back to the review, so just how he kind of starts to kind of gain this confidence that he's going to be fine, he's going to have everything, everything's going to be okay, and she, you know, takes him out to buy his equipment and everything, and when, you know, he goes back to the inn, all of a sudden he has the guardmen coming after him, and he doesn't know what's going on, and little did we know, Malty, I really would like to say her real name for the manga, but, you know, demonetized stuff, it just, I don't feel like feeling the fist and the elbow of YouTube right now, you know, you get my feel, but, yeah, killing that kind of stuff will kill my spread and reach, so I don't want to do that. I want to talk all about this, but anyways, getting back to the point, so she basically claimed that he forced her down and did stuff with her, and, you know, he really didn't, and there was no proof besides the fact that she left a piece of clothing around, you know, his bed. And it's just, this is kind of like, you feel bad for the guy because you know he didn't do it, and he tries to defend himself, but he realizes after that everyone's against him, even though it is a false claim, and it just says a little bit about this world right now, but I'm gonna avoid that subject right there. But man, so just you feel for him, and he just, you know, snaps. Is like, you know what? I don't need to be here. Just send me back. And you find out he can't leave until the other heroes, because if he leaves, the waves are gonna get a lot stronger. The heroes being there make the waves weak. So it's just, he can't go back in. No, he can't kill them either. I wish he could kill the other heroes, because it wouldn't work out in his favor, to say the least. But continuing on with the whole episode, it's just, you just see the fall of Nufumi, and it makes you feel bad. It really does, because you're this viewer that's seen the outset, and the man's innocent, but he's still getting charged with a crime he never did. And the good old shop owner that, you know, or blacksmith, I'm going to call him, he knew that he didn't do it. After he said he was going to punch him, he looked into his eyes, and he basically knew that he's too innocent to do this stuff. But it just shows, it sets the whole world of how messed up this world is, and how everyone is. They'll believe anything. So that's kind of a setup. But anyways, so continue on. He actually gives him, you know, clothing to use, and he still has a shield. And going back to, like, with the training, he can't really attack, and he can't equip the sword because his shield is his only weapon. And it's just, as I said, you know, Captain America fights with a shield, just saying. But yeah, and continuing more on, you see him go around, and he actually can change the shape of his shield. That's a little tidbit. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And he actually started to equip medicine to, you know, he wanted to create all this stuff, and he got, you know, all this herbs to sell, and you just see he has the orange balls still attached to him, and a bunch of people try to mug him from his money because they think he's rich, but they learn not to mess with him. So after the whole thing, I know I skipped a little bit, but we see him at the ends of his rope, kind of not knowing what to do anymore, and a good old slave trader comes out of nowhere and brings him to get Raffi. And I'm going to say Raffi because Rafa Tilia, Leah, whatever her name is, I don't want to say it, but that's how she's called in the manga. But anyways, I can't wait for that second episode. That's going to be all about Raffi because I love her. I really do. And without spoiling much, it's gonna be a hard time for some of the viewers because the situation's gonna hit you, and it's gonna hit you like a truck. But don't worry, it gets better. But continue on. I don't know if it's 12 or 24 episodes. From most what I heard, it's going to be 24. And I do think the first two episodes are still going to be 45 or 47 minutes with the opening and closing that we didn't see in the preview. I know some of you actually watched it off of other websites that are free. I don't blame you. If it's there, you're going to watch it. But it's Crunchyroll's fault, honestly. They should have done it right away. But nonetheless, great episode. Great animation. I can't wait for the second episode. It really was the fall of a hero, and this poor man Nafumi, he's in a world that doesn't like him, and it isn't that happy going into another world anime. He didn't get hit by truck kun or anything. Kun, sorry. I'm a little sick, so I'm not going to pronounce everything correctly, but this is a reality of a hardship that is being transported to another world, and I think it's well done because it takes that aspect of going to another world being happy and everything with most that do it, but turns it on its head and saying no, it is not happy, it is not good. It can't always be good. We have to have some darkness, and it does have that darkness. And I know I was watching another anime which was The Price of Smiles. That's another anime I do recommend. The first episode was quite interesting. It has a shroud of shadows around it. That's how I feel about it. But going back to Shield Hero, I can't wait for that second episode. Can you? Because I know I personally can't. I need that episode. Give me that episode right now. But we gotta wait until next week on Wednesday. If I'm not mistaken, I think the 9th is gonna be the first episode that we already saw. The premium users or the people that watched it online. But yeah, that's what's going on, I think. So, anyways, guys, do consider the subscribe because it is free. I am going to try to cover most of these episodes because I love Shield Hero, and I do cover it at that time. I was reincarnated as a slime. But anyways, guys, I will see you later. Peace.